Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the February 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with the intuitive messages that I receive as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's get into it. Column number 1, we're going to take a look at kind of the big things coming for February. We're going to do a money column, a love column. In the 4th and final column, we're going to do a message for our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, let's get into it, Capricorn. Column number 1, kind of big messages coming for you for February. So we have the card to start with, summary affirmation card here of preservation. This is one of those cards that has a pretty literal meaning. So this is preserving your time, your energy, your words, really protecting those things that matter, protecting those assets, protecting those resources. So just make sure that you're being really resourceful, that you're putting your energy in the right places, your money in the right places, your time in the right places, right? So preserving those resources when needed. Let's take a look though, see what messages I can give you here. Okay, so first up we have the Knight of Swords. If you take a look at the Knight of Swords, the horse and rider on this card are moving very quickly. So you do feel like there's going to be a lot of fast-paced things happening this month. Specifically though, the word change is coming through. So I feel like there could be a lot of fast-paced changes coming. So some shifts, some changes that we need to make. And I think that is going to connect in with that preservation. So with that change, we may be changing what resources we're using, what time we're giving to something, and so on. Card number 2, we have the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles is a card of prioritizing. It's weighing your options, it's weighing your path. So as these changes come up, we need to reprioritize, we need to reassess, we need to weigh our options. And again, this is making sure that we're putting the right resources in the right place, that we're preserving the right resources, utilizing the right resources. At the bottom here, we have the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. I actually think we're going to see some wins here because of this change. I'm not sure exactly what that success is going to be, and of course, Capricorn, for many of you, it'll probably be different things. But it's like, I feel like this changing, this reprioritizing, this reassessing is going to lead you to have some really nice wins, some really nice successes going into February. So in general, I like the feeling of this here. Let's take a look at our clarifiers though and see what other messages I can give you. So first up, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very supportive, very nurturing. We need to have some flexibility here. We need to be able to kind of support the changes, go with the flow. So make sure there is some flexibility here. Through these changes though, you're definitely coming out on top. Capricorn, if you look at the Queen of Cups, it's not really a cup on the card, it's more like a trophy. So again, I feel like that's you coming out on top, that's the successes. So being flexible will really be in your best interest these next few weeks or month. Taking a look at our next card, we have the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of going within for clarity. It's about making sure you're on your life's purpose, your life's path, that we have that spiritual illumination. So there is going to be some checking, some adjusting, some reprioritizing. We need to make sure you have the right priorities, and again, furthermore, that you're putting the resources in the correct place. So it is going to be fluid. There's going to be a little flex. We're going to ride waves a little bit here. But I do see you coming out on top. But never hesitate to have that kind of gut check-in with yourself too. But that's getting the clarity of what the priority is and where resources need to be used. At the bottom, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands can be a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. So do be aware of that. I think there's a lot to be done. Again, it can be pretty fast paced. It can be pretty busy this month. So do make sure that we're not getting burnt out. Like, all in all, I feel like you're coming out on top here. You're really successful. But also keep this top of mind, because like that's one of the things we need to preserve is our time and our energy, so we can prevent some of this. So preservation in the terms of making sure you're protecting yourself, not letting yourself get burnt out as well here, Capricorn. Taking a look at our next column now, let's talk about anything related to money. So quick money affirmation to kick us off here. It says, money is always moving towards me and always finds me. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. First up, we have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of working hard, putting in the hard work, getting really good at the things you're doing. I feel like you're getting really good at the things that you're doing. There's a nice sense of enjoyment that's coming along with this. I like with the Eight of Pentacles as well, because it's like we reap the benefits of our hard work. I will say, though, there is this sense of like work smarter, not harder coming through, though, too. And maybe that kind of dovetails nicely into our next card with the Nine of Wands. So there is some persistence happening here. So again, we're continuing to put in that hard work. We're continuing to work knowing that we're going to receive the benefits of it, which is great. There is a sense of like keeping and maintaining boundaries, though. So setting some boundaries here. I do feel like we need to set the boundaries to make sure that our work is the most effective. So again, that we're working smarter, not harder. So have those kind of boundaries in place. But I feel like we're continuing to push forward, being persistent, knowing that we're going to reap the benefits of that hard work. And then that message is echoed with the Six of Pentacles. This is a generous card. This is a card of giving or receiving, though. So again, I feel like you're receiving the effects of your hard work. You're receiving the benefits of your hard work, reaping the benefits of those hard work. So definitely put in the hard work, continue to stay heads down. Be as efficient, though, as possible, so that work smarter, not harder. Make sure we're having boundaries in place so we're not working ourselves to death, of course, but stay persistent so we start to really see those results. Interesting. Okay, looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Fool card. The Fool card is the first card in the major arcana. It's fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, adventures, beginnings. So I feel like there's some new opportunity. This hard work, one of those benefits, one of those things that you could reap here is going to be a new opportunity. I feel like you've worked hard, so you're opening doors for yourself. And I always tell people with the Fool card, jump in with both feet. Like, gotta go for those new paths, adventures, beginnings. The next card we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an ace card is a card of newness. So again, I really feel like we're opening new doors. I feel like I could also see some new coworkers or a new boss here, which makes sense when we get a new job. It's like new relationships as well. At the bottom, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is such a good validation card in terms of confirming that what we're doing is correct. It's very strategic. It's very long-term. So I like this path we're on, and I especially like this this new opportunity. So where we need to situate ourselves long-term. This also could be a leadership role too. It's not uncommon to see some leadership associated with the Emperor card. All right, moving on to our next column, anything related to love. So quick love message for you. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love. So first up, we have the Hermit card. This is interesting. The Hermit card is about going within for clarity. If you look at that light in the lantern, that's kind of the light, the spark that's within you here, Capricorn. But I feel like we need to check in with ourselves. We need to do a gut check. And I guess in this case, we need to do a heart check. I feel like we maybe want something that we don't have. The spiritual illumination's a little dull right now. We might not be feeling like we're doing exactly what we should do in terms of love. But I do see change coming into play. So we have the Knight of Wands. This is almost like setting ourselves free of what we thought love should be previously and jumping in. And I feel like we're creative, we're free, we're taking action on something new. So I feel like we're letting go of a past belief we had, or like a concept of what we think love should be, and moving on to something new here. And I like it. So at the bottom we have the Chariot. The Chariot is a card that was once described to me as the Vroom Vroom card. It's action, it's change, it's about being on a journey. And I feel like what once served you on your love journey is no longer serving you. And that's why we're finding freedom from it. And we're checking in with our heart and saying, yeah, it's not really what we want anymore. Okay, let's move on to something new. So progressing in this journey here in terms of love. So I like the shift. I think the shift in this case is exactly what you need here, Capricorn, so that's good to see. Let's go and take a look at our clarifiers though. First up, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of change. In some cases, this means unwanted change, but I don't know that I would call this unwanted change. I feel like you do want this change. Again, you kind of checked in with your heart and you're like, that's not what I want. And so we did want the change here, right? Sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's a message behind the Tower card. You plan for ABC to happen and DEF ends up happening instead. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at, and that's what's driving the change. Again, we need freedom from whatever this past idea was of what love should be in our life. I feel like we have a new vision, we have a new drive, we have a new love purpose, and we're going after that. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. So again, I feel like there is a new driving love force here. We're moving away from what we thought love once should be, and we have this new vision, this new desire, this new path here. At the bottom, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. These are, again, the things that we want. These are our wants. These are our desires here, Capricorn. And I like this. With this shift of mind, with this freedom of what it used to be and this action on what this new thing is, definitely puts us well on that path, that action, that change, that journey with the Chariot, which is taking us to these desires, to these things that we want. So nice love shift for sure. All right, fourth and final column, a message from our future self or spirit guides. Again, this is almost like advice for February. We have the card Formation. I'm a big fan of the Formation card. The pieces are coming together, things are forming, and you may or may not know it, see it, feel it, but just know, again, the formation's happening. Things are coming together on the back end. The universe is conspiring in your favor. Maybe you've heard me say that before. So things are forming and storming. Okay, looking at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Death, or not our clarifiers, but looking at our cards here. We have the Death card up first. For those that don't know, I always like to throw it out there. The Death card does not mean death, but it does indicate transformation, change. It's moving on to something new. There's no doubt there's formation, there's transformation. See the connection there between the two. The next card that we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a celebratory card. It's also a card of support. And again, I just said this, the universe is conspiring in your favor. The universe is bringing these pieces together, creating this formation for you so you can go through this transformation that you want. I do think this is connected to love as well, though. If we look at our bottom card here, we have the Ace of Cups. Again, broken record here. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's card of newness. But this is new relationship, new baby, marriage, proposal, some sort of new love. So again, the pieces are coming together in the back so we can make this transformation, so we can move on here, so we can have this win, so we can find this love. And whatever that means to you, whatever that desire is. But again, I feel like these shifts in this transformation feel connected to love, which makes sense just given kind of the shift that we saw naturally in that last column. At the bottom, we have the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's, again, that card of newness. So we're transforming. Things are forming to bring together this new love picture. It is definitely the time. This is the right time to transform. This is the right time for new things to form. The Six of Swords is a card of going through a necessary transition. So, and we've already, again, echoed that message that something had to change here. Love to end on this very, very positive high note with the Sun card. In terms of good cards in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. Happiness, joy, success, all good things. So really like what the universe is doing for you, how the pieces are coming together, all indicators pointing towards that joy and happiness there. At this time, we're going to take a look at our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind here, Capricorn, now's a good time to pause the video and think of them. But question number 1, we have the Ace of Diamonds, number 9 card. This is going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the Queen of Spades, number 42 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the 3 of Diamonds, number 48 card. That's also going to be a yes. So no, yes, yes for you there. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of February. Of course, in the month of love and red and pink, you're going to get a red and pink crystal. We have Ruby, great for joy of living, lust, very spontaneous, gives you lots of momentum and passion as well. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Capricorn, your healing note says, love creates miracles, heals all wounds, and purifies all energies. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Capricorn, and I hope you have a wonderful February.